Well, welcome back to Startup Street. Now, the auto sector has seen a strong start to the festive season, and pre-owned luxury car platform Big Boy Toyz says it is on track to see revenues in FY21 rise by over 30%. Well, joining us to talk about these trends, we have Jatin Ahuja, founder and MD of Big Boy Toyz. Jatin, welcome on the show. And really, the auto sector has had a very good month in October thanks to the festive sales. Tell us about the trends in the luxury car market and also more specifically in the pre-owned luxury car segment. You are seeing some interesting trends.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me here. The trends, definitely, there are new trends which have been created after the COVID and which are totally different from what everybody thought they are going to be. So we always thought during the lockdown, probably in April when we used to sit, brainstorm, that probably selling cars would become difficult and buying would be very, very easy. But the trend is exactly the opposite. So for us, buying cars has become difficult because there are very less sellers and there are more buyers. If you talk about the first 6 months of this year, we've almost taken 52% growth than the previous year, which is a fantastic thing. And these 6 months, no one ever expected that probably we probably would be looking at a growth, and we have definitely looked at a very positive number. Yeah.
Exactly. I think, like you said, no one would have expected that in the middle of a pandemic, the sales of luxury cars and pre-owned luxury cars at that would really spike. And in fact, I understand you have sold about 140 luxury cars since the pandemic. Tell us about the number of cars that you have totally sold this year, and also in which segment are you seeing maximum traction? Because you sell across a wide range from rupees 80 lakh to rupees 3 crore. Which price segment is seeing the most traction?
So the biggest traction which has come at Big Boy Toyz is starting from 50 lakhs and going up to 1.5 crores. So this is the segment where you see the maximum growth and the maximum offtake. So this is where we see, and this is what we see continuing as well. And cars which are above 2.5 crores are not seeing a very good uptake, but 50 to the 150 segment is amazing, is going very well.
Okay. And you've mentioned that you're on a run rate to close FY21 with rupees 300 crore of revenues over rupees 225 crore that you saw in FY20. So basically you're looking at an all-round growth and not just the festive season spike, is it?
Absolutely. That is what we look at, and that is what we are working very hard towards closing it.
Right. Also, one trend that we are seeing is that luxury car companies are themselves, setting up dedicated pre-owned car verticals in their operations and, selling those through their channels. So, are these companies themselves a competition for Big Boy Toyz, and how are you looking to differentiate when it comes to pricing?
See, this competition, if you call this as competition, this competition has always been there. So, a Mercedes pre-owned dealership has always been there. BMW dealership, a pre-owned dealership has always been there. So it's been more than a decade we see these dealers having pre-owned dealerships as well. And I'm talking about official OEM dealerships. So that competition has always been there. What we always believe, I always believe that this market is still an untapped market. More the number of organized players, we'll be able to increase the size of the cake. And if the size of the cake can be increased, there's enough pie for everyone. Yeah. And as far as the competition goes, everybody is more than welcome. Yeah. So we have our own journey, our own way with which the way we do our business, and everybody does the business, and there's enough room. Yeah. It's a big country. Everybody's more than welcome to do business whatever way they feel is right.
But so how is your pricing different from what these companies themselves are offering?
See, it is not just about the pricing. The biggest advantage with Big Boy Toyz is we are not an official Mercedes, BMW or a Jaguar dealership. So we have all the brands under one roof. You don't have to go to different brands to check out different products. And we work as consultants. So I am not one specific dealer that I probably try to sell you that particular brand or that particular car. So we work as consultants. So a customer who comes to us with a requirement, we give him exactly what he wants. And over the last 17 years, we don't have a single customer I'm repeating again, a single customer who would say that he's not satisfied dealing with Big Boy Toyz. Every single customer who's dealt with us in the last 17 years is satisfied customer, and that is something which gives us the kind of growth we look at.
Okay. All right, Jatin. So you're counting on customer satisfaction. But one challenge during the pandemic could have been the fact that customers are not able to actually go and physically look at the cars that they're buying. You yourself have launched an app and a virtual walkthrough on your virtual store. But do you see customers now getting more comfortable of not physically seeing the car while making a purchase and, even a luxury car?
See, this is a very, very interesting trend which we've seen post-COVID. So 35% of our customers, I'm talking about pre-COVID, 35% of our customers never used to come to the showroom. So they used to go visit probably our website, see the product digitally, and they used to send us the money, and we used to deliver the car. So essentially, they used to see the car for the first time at the time of delivery. And that is the customers, that is what customer satisfaction gives us, because this is what we've been doing over the years, 17 years now. And post-COVID, this percentage of customers not coming over physically to buy a car has increased to almost 70 to 75%. So essentially, out of 300 crores worth of business which you are going to close this year, almost 200 crores worth of business will be done when the customer will be seeing the car for the first time physically at the time of delivery, which is a very, very interesting trend which we've seen.
Okay.
And
that's actually a big trend. So then tell me, are you looking, you currently have 3 showrooms, right, in Gurgaon, Mumbai and Hyderabad. Then what are you going to do with these showrooms? The footfall must have dropped over the last few months. Then do you have any expansion plan?
Yes, our expansion plan was towards Gujarat and Kolkata, and we are doing that because we need a dedicated sales team to handle these territories as well. But otherwise, see, South, so we essentially, our South is taken care of from the Hyderabad store, our Western region is taken care from the Mumbai store, and then North is from the Gurgaon store. So we need minimum these stores we need, and probably we need more stores, yeah. So I would not outrightly reject opening more stores, but this is, the digital is the future is what we all have realized, and let's see how things shape up. But otherwise, we have physical teams in other cities as well, and that is where we are going to expand even further. But digital is what we are, our focus is, and day and night we are focusing towards increasing our digital presence and making it even stronger.
Right. Okay, so focus on digital. Lastly, Jatin, you have been bootstrapped so far. Any plans to raise funding?
No. I am happy with 100% equity with the Ahuja family, and somehow that is something which I really love and is very, very close to my heart. So as of now, never thought of raising any funds, but we are comfortable with our funding requirements. And definitely the growth has to be there, and we're looking at growing the organization further. We want to touch the 1,000 crore very, very soon. So let's see, but as of now, no plans.
It's a no plans to raise funds. We wish you the very best, Jatin. We hope you touch the 1,000 rupee mark pretty soon. Thank you much for joining us on Startup Street. Now, news just coming in. Reuters is reporting that the Shanghai Stock Exchange has suspended Ant Group's A-shares IPO, which had garnered a blockbuster response from investors. Now, reports say that Jack Ma-owned company has been told it will face increased regulatory scrutiny on par with banks and not the scrutiny that a technology company usually faces. Now, this is a major development and could make the Ant Group fall short of the listing requirement regarding information disclosure, the Shanghai Stock Exchange said in a statement. And remember, as we mentioned in our headlines, the People's Bank of China and 3 other Chinese regulators had summoned Jack Ma and his team for a meeting ahead of the company's $37 billion public offering. Now, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Startup Street. More news and updates coming up on the other side.